Ask Cancer Wisdom is our video series where we answer your questions about cancer. Click the link below if you want to ask us a question about your issue. Also subscribe to our channel if you want more info about natural cancer remedies. The question in this video is, should I use the ketogenic diet to starve cancer cells? There are three macronutrients: carbohydrates, fat, and protein. Carbs are simple or complex sugars from plants, fruits, beans, and grains. The ketogenic diet prohibits carbohydrate-rich foods. You're only allowed to eat a maximum of 30 grams of dietary carbohydrate per day. Instead, you eat meat, dairy, leafy greens, non-starchy vegetables, nuts, seeds, and oils. 60 to 75% of the keto diet consists of fat, 15 to 30% is protein, and 5 to 10% is carbs. Otto Warburg discovered that cancer cells use sugar as a fuel source instead of oxygen. Therefore, proponents of the ketogenic diet say that we should limit carbs. The goal of this diet is to reach a state called ketosis. To achieve this state, you are only allowed to eat a small number of carbohydrates. We store excess carbs as glycogen in the liver and our muscles. When you reduce carbs, your glycogen store vanish. The body then creates ketones in the liver to digest fat and use it as an emergency fuel instead of glucose. So what this diet does is mimicking starvation. Your brain runs off glucose and is dependent on carbohydrate for energy. Ketone bodies from the liver can work as an emergency backup fuel for your brain, but it's not its preferred food source. Stating that ketones are the body's natural way to digest food is misleading. It's like saying that the gag reflex is a natural mechanism, so therefore we should use it to lose weight. The problem with this approach is that all cells need sugar, so starving cancer requires depriving the whole body. If we believe that sugar feeds tumors, then we need to avoid all fruits and vegetables. What is left when you remove carbs are fat and protein from unhealthy oils and animal products. Animal products contain IGF-1, heme iron, and heterocyclamides, known to cause cancer. This puts you in a vicious cycle. You need to starve cancer cells from glucose, but that means feeding them animal products that cause more cancer. Cruciferous vegetables and leafy greens are known to prevent cancer. But our bodies turn all vegetables into glucose, including these plants. So that means that cruciferous vegetables must feed cancer cells too. So how can they prevent cancer and at the same time cause it? That makes no sense. Just because cancer cells use glucose doesn't mean that carbs are behind cancer. We need to distinguish between cause and effect. The cause is the underlying reason why a condition exists, and the effect is the result of it. Cancer manifests when there are too many toxins. Toxins then induce oxygen deprivation. The cells then need to use glucose to survive. The most widespread myth about cancer is that cancer cells can't use fat for fuel. But they do. Many types of cancer cells are flexible. If you starve them of glucose, it can weaken or slow them down. But they will adapt to using fatty acids or amino acids for fuel. This 2012 study shows that tumors can use ketones for fuel. There are no long-term studies that show that a ketogenic diet can prevent cancer. Most studies are short-term with few participants. The keto diet also encourages you to use foods that promote cancer growth. There are also many long-term side effects of this diet. A true ketogenic diet keeps your body in ketosis 24/7. It requires a daily measurement of ketone levels in your urine and is difficult to maintain. If we were meant to eat meat, then why do we need to follow all these complicated protocols? No healthy population eat a ketogenic diet. Even the Inuits or Eskimos who eat high-fat diets are not in ketosis, and they have short lifespans too. This is not a population you want to emulate. Carbohydrates from whole foods have never shown to cause cancer. The longest living people of the world eat a primary starch-based diet. 69% of the Okinawans' diet was sweet potatoes. If you want to flourish, imitate successful people. Eat the diet a majority of people use to heal themselves of cancer. A plant-based diet has shown to prevent type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Shouldn't you use something proven to work? Why should you try an experimental diet? The carbs we eat is not the reason we become sick. It's the meat and dairy we consume. If you want to learn more about this topic, then please read our blog post. The link is in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.